Uh, Sorry I hadn't done a broadcast in a while. I've been a little bit on the busy side. Besides that fact, as you guys probably have seen, I haven't been doing broadcasts on Saturday, Friday, or even Sunday. The reason being for that is because I've changed my times around, and the reason I've changed my times around is because what's really getting to me is the fact that I'm not being able, when I'm broadcasting, I can't always talk to my partner, and it really gets to me. It fucking hurt. I'm sorry to say it like this, but it fucking hurts me. It really does. And so here I am trying to think of a way of organising it so I can broadcast for you guys and do at the same time. After that, I try and spend some time talking to my partner before I go to bed or anything like that. And when I do broadcasts, it sort of how should I say, it bugs me a bit, and I feel it hurts me, if you know what I mean. So with me doing these broadcasts, you guys will be lucky if I get a second one in tonight. So I did say to my partner I might be doing a second one tonight because I've got a brand new game. If I don't get that in tonight, you'll see that game tomorrow for sure. That is a definite go, because providing nothing happens over the next 24 to 48 hours, you will see the new game. If I can't do it tonight, you will definitely see it tomorrow. So let's get down to it. Now, as you guys know, I've done a lot of cars, and I've done a lot of cars on this. Now, as you guys also fully well know, I do theme cars on here. Although I've done a couple of cars just out of the blue, and basically, I just do a car out of the blue and be done with it. But tonight I'm going to do something that I thought I'd never do. Now, the title of the build is Hulk. Now, the thing is, before I continue and go into the garage, I did a car about a month, maybe two back, to honour the great late Hollywood Hulk Hogan, or Hulk Hogan, depending on how you look at him, because of the era where you were. I watched wrestling when I was a kid, right up till the time he retired, and he was like up there, if you know him. He's a legend. So when he died, I did a car to honour him. So just to get this right, don't get this car confused with the other one in the way of the Hulk Hogan car. So let's get down to it, shall we? Now, just before I do go, the car is a 57 Chev again. And the reason why 57 Chev is because of the situation which the car is going to be. The car is going to be, I picked the car out today, and the car is in bad shape. So if I can, as you can see right there, that's the car we're going to be doing for the build. Now, as you can probably tell, it's a 1957 Chev, just like the other ones I do. It's a Bel Air. Now, the 57 Chev I chose for this one particular build because of the following reason. I don't know exactly what year the Hulk came out, the Incredible Hulk. I'm not too sure. I don't know whether it was late 60s, early 70s, or mid 60s, early 60s, or whenever. But I do know he came out somewhere. He could have even come out in the 70s. I'm not sure. But the bigger the vehicle, the better. Now, I was looking for a Chev. I was looking for a Dodge in the way of the pickup. That would have been a fantastic one. But No, no luck. Now, with this car is going to hopefully be done inside an hour. Now, I've just got to check one thing to see if I do have all the parts, because I know for a fact I've got all the engine parts, because as I said to you guys before I do these videos in the way of the cars for Car Mechanic Simulator 2021, I do go and check for parts for the car and then get the parts of the car, fix them up, and then, then go with the video, do the car, and then, Bob's your uncle, the car's done. Now, if you give me about a minute and a half, I've got to check and see what I've got. I know I've got panels, but I've just got to make sure I've got everything just to make sure. I'm sure I've got, let's have a look see. Yep. Now, as you can see, part of the car is going to be aftermarket. So, the reason why I say aftermarket, the steering wheel, as you can probably tell, is not stock. The rims on the car are not stock. The hood for the front is not stock. That's not stock. And neither is the neither is the front bumper. So pretty much a lot of the car is in the way of the bodywork, like the hood, back bumper, front bumper, and the headlights, wherever the hell they are. There they are not stock. Even the backlights, as you can probably tell, are also not stock. So the front lights, rear lights, hood, front bumper, and rear bumper are all aftermarket. So let's get down to the build. Now, what we're going to do is strip this car completely. We'll get all this crap off, if you know what I mean by that. I mean, I'm trying to be as kind as I possibly can. I mean, yeah, it's an old. They're Chevs are a good car. I'll put it to you that way. They are a very good car. One of my favourite cars is, believe it or not, a 1969 Chevrolet Camaro. So, which I think really bites the fact that they haven't got it in here. Because if they had the 69 Camaro in here, I'd be doing a lot of them. That's for sure. Now, as you can probably see, the car is RS. And there we have it. And there's that one rim. Goodbye. Now, those rims there, as you can probably see, I've already done. And the reason why I've already done those is because, as I said to you guys, I was trying to fix it up a little bit. I decided to get the rims done today, early today. The reason being was because I wanted to try and get the vehicle ready for tonight's build. So that's that. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the car down to... Now, just before I continue, all the stuff you see here is all fixed and ready to roll. So I've just got to put it together and put it in the car. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the car, I'm going to go and wash it down, bring it back in here onto the first hoist, get the welder, move the welder into position, and get all the rust out. So let's get that done, and then we'll continue on with what we'll continue on. Oh boy. Now, as you can see, the car is severely rusted. I do want to do this car well. The reason being is because a friend of mine likes 57 Chevs. Now, I said to him one day, I said, what I'll do is I'll do you a car. And he goes, oh, yeah, okay, fair enough, blah, blah, blah. And I did exactly that. I got his car done, all that, and then the rest of it's history, if you know what I mean. Now, what I've got planned here is I'm going to do the interior first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the interior. Now, as you can see, there's not much in the way of interior in the car, so I hate that. I hate that. So my control is so sensitive. That's the reason why that happens. I really hate it. Now, what I've got planned now is to lift the car up, see what's going on underneath before I do anything. Now, if I can get this car done inside an hour, there is a possibility of a second episode of another game. So, the gearbox is in there. Right, yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the car down. Take the engine out. Now that we've got the engine out, I'm going to get rid of it. Sayonara, sayonara. Now I think I do have the gearbox, I'm unsure at this point. Now as you can see, just by the light, the little beams, little things on the side of the car, or on the side where the supercharger is, you can see the purple on it. That's the colour purple for the car on the supercharger because of the situation which I am doing this for. Now as I said to you, I'm doing it for the Hulk. Now, when people think Hulk, they think Hulk Hogan. They're wrong. The car is actually being done for the Incredible Hulk. You know, the big green scary dude. So it looks like I've got everything. And yes, righto. I think I've also got some parts I don't need. Oh well. Now let's get all the rust out of it. As soon as I get the rust out of the car, I'm going to put the body parts on the car. Now, I don't know why it does that, but I'll hit it again. Okay, that's just to make sure. Okay, now, as you can see, it's a nice white, but it ain't going to stay white. A friend of mine, believe it or not, who also plays Car Mechanic Simulator 2021, got himself a girlfriend a couple of months back. The poor guy, I swear to God, I feel sorry for him. They were together for about what? Probably not even a full month. Like this is a year ago. And the girl broke his heart. Now that there was a low blow. Especially to the poor guy. Because I mean, he's had some hard times over the last couple of years, and I mean, I really feel sorry for the guy. So I did everything I could to try and support. I'm there for him, if you know what I mean. I've told him that so many times. I've also told his uncle I'm there for him if they need me. You know, if they need to talk, I'm here. I do have, however, before I do anything else, like the second video, if I get the second video done tonight, which I have no clue whether I will or I won't. What the fuck? Rightio. Now, I don't know why it did that, but okay. Now, I don't know. What's this? What's the situation with this? Ah, okay. That was a new one. So is that one then. Okie dokes. Now, what I'm going to do here, guys, is seeing that I've already washed the car, I've got the rust out, I've got the new body panel on it, or the new body panels. What I'm about to do now is I'm about to take it down to the paint shop and spray it up. Now, as you guys have seen over the last 2 years since I met my fiance, my beautiful girl, my gorgeous queen, I've done a lot of 57 Chevs. Now, the reason for that is because of a little situation that was going on probably, I think it was about 6 to maybe 8 months ago, maybe a little bit longer. I was helping out quite a few friends. One was moving. Now, his brother is in his 50s, and his brother was 57, I think, when this happened. Now, I mean, I can't really be too sure. I think he was 57, I'm not sure. But the thing is, he absolutely adored the 57 Chev. Now, the first couple of 57s that I built for me and my partner. The rest of them were like, for example, Blackout. You guys saw Blackout. You saw Blue Ice. You saw Redline. You know, they were all 57 Chevs. And the reason why I had Redline, Blackout, and also Blue Ice done up as all those ones 57 Chevs was because, number one, my friend's brother was, and I say was because something bad happened. He was a lover of Blue Ice for some weird reason. I don't know why. It was a cologne somewhere overseas he saw. And he said it smelled really nice. The only problem was he couldn't get it here in Australia. Blackout came around because of the car that he had. But Blackout actually came around because, not just because of the car that he had, but mainly it was to do with the engine that the car had. It had a fully blacked out in matte black supercharged engine. The whole engine was matte black. So now I'm saying was because about a year and a half ago, my mate's brother passed away, and the reason why he passed away was he had cancer. And no one knows how he ended up with the lung cancer because the guy never smoked. So, but you know, that sort of thing happened. You know, they always do that sort of crap. And I mean, I don't like it, but still, life's life. I do, however, I do have a few things I have to ask my partner, and I hope to God she understands what I mean when I say that, because I've got something to tell her too, which she may laugh at. Now, that's not the colour of the car that we're going to have. That one's going to be the green for Hulk. Now, this colour here is going to be used for the car as well, but it's not going to be on the body. There is no purple going to be on the body at all. Okay, it's going to be that on the body and that elsewhere on the car. So let's get down to it. Now, that is actually quite nice. What I'll do, however, is I will have a look at... Oh, doesn't look any good. That one looks alright, but you can't... Unless you actually know what the Hulk is or what he looks like, you can't really have a certain colour on there. I mean, if I knew what colour his eyes were, I think they're black or they're white or something like that. I'd have to Google it and have a look, but it's too late to do it now. The reason being is because I've already started the video, so yeah. Now, what I've got planned now is to get the car back to where we had it on hoist 1, and then we will go and build the engine, and then put the engine in the engine bay. And then straight after we've put the engine in the engine bay, we will take out the undercarriage. But before we take out the undercarriage, what we'll do is we'll put the interior in, if we haven't already done it, which I don't think we have. So yeah, no, we haven't. No, we haven't. So what we'll do is we'll go and build the engine, stick the engine in, stick the interior in, and then do the undercarriage. The engine should be reasonably quick and simple to do. The undercarriage is going to be really quick. I do actually ask my partner sometimes, or actually a lot of the time, what should I do first, engine or, I mean, I do this for a reason. I love having her involved in the builds when I do these builds. So what I might do, if you don't mind guys, very quickly, I am going to do, as I said, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to ask my partner what I should do first. Okay, let's see what she says. Now, I've just asked my partner, what should I do first? Do I do the undercarriage first, or do I do the engine first? I'm kind of a bit of an up in the air thing. I don't know what to do first. Because she likes it when I build the engines, but she also loves seeing the entire car come together. That's for sure. So whatever she says first, I will do. But before I do that, what I'll do is I'll put the interior in. Because the interior is going to be the quickest one of the lot. Okay, she wants the engine built first. So what I'll do is, because it's going to be really quick and simple, I'll go and put the interior in, then I'll prioritise the engine, and then I'll put the engine in, and then we'll go from there with the undercarriage and all that sort of stuff, all that jazz. Now, you guys are going to be surprised at this car, because this car is going to be a one of a kind. I mean, I know it doesn't look like it, and I know it doesn't look like it's going to be a one of a kind, but it will be. Okay, there's the interior done. I hate it when that happens. Bloody fucking, that's just so twitchy. I don't know why. Okay, now let's go build the engine, shall we? Because my beautiful queen wants the engine built first. So here we go. Okay, I'm nearly done with the front end of the engine. Okay, that's the front end done. Now, fix this bit. Now, what I'm sort of thinking of doing a little bit of modifications to this car later on. I'm not too sure yet. If I do modifications to the car's modifications will be done on camera. Ah, okay. So what do we got? I knew there was something that was missing. What is it? Clip B, 2 clips. Okay, that's that. Now, if I do fix the engine up at all, it will be on camera, but I'm unsure at that at the moment because the car is going to go together pretty damn quick, as you can probably tell, because we're already up to the engine. We've sprayed the car, we've got panels on the car, so this is going to be a pretty quick build, I'm hoping. Now, I do want to ask you guys who watch my videos a favour. Now, what I'm going to do, as I said, is I'm going to bring this car into here again, probably in a couple of days' time. Now, what I want to have done is I want you guys to decide on what I should do. Do I do the engine up in a purple, or do I, because you'll see what I mean, you'll see why I'm saying that in a couple of seconds. As soon as I'm done with this side here, you'll see why I'm saying that. I'm actually thinking before I do put the supercharger and that on, I'm actually thinking of doing something to the engine. Or to the rocker cover, sorry. Now, before I even think of putting the rocker covers on, I'm going to go and fix something. That's not going on just yet. Now, what I've got planned for the rocker covers is I'm going to paint them like I have the supercharger. But the supercharger, as you probably saw in the way of the car, when I was getting ready to fix certain things. If you guys saw the supercharger in the little thing where I was showing you what my inventory is, you'll have seen the supercharger and you would have seen a purple color there, right? The only reason for that purple is this: the Incredible Hulk, who this car is done for, or is going to be done for, has purple pants. In some episodes, he's got purple pants, but in some episodes he's got blue pants. That's the weird part about it. So if anybody, please, if anybody can find out what colour the Incredible Hulk has in the way of his pants, please find out. Hit me up in the comments, let me know. I will then do the correct what's got to be done for the car, because I want to be historically correct for the Incredible Hulk, even though he's a Marvel character and that's all he is a comic character. I do want to do things right. So if you guys, any of you, read any Marvel comics, or even DC comics, because I am going to do a couple of DC characters in the way cars. If any one of you read comics like The Incredible Hulk or Spider-Man or whatever the case may be, can you please tell me what colour the Incredible Hulk's pants are? Now, the reason why I'm asking this is because, number one, I am a Marvel fan, but number two, I am not an Incredible Hulk fan. I am, believe it or not, a Spider-Man fan. That's the reason why when I did the Spider-Man car a couple of months back, I was able to do what I did to the car so quick because I know his uniform. So that's that. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and spray up the rocker covers, and then we'll bring them back and then put them on. Now, I might do the rocker covers blue. The reason why I'm saying that is because, as I said, I'm unsure as to what colour his pants are. Because in some cases you see them blue, in some cases you see them purple, in some cases I don't know. It's practically impossible to tell. Now let's fix this up. Now, see, this is the part that confuses the living daylights out of me. How do I end up with two fans? Right. Okay, whatever. Jesus Christ, I hate it being so goddamn twitchy. Okay, now let's do this. Now, if I do these blue as for the pants, because the purple are for the pants as well. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to get to is I don't know the colour of his pants. I don't know whether they're purple. I don't know whether they're blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the supercharger, the purple, which is that area there. I'll do these as his pants as well, but I'll do these the same colour in the way of chameleon as the supercharger. So what I'll do now is get this done. I'm really hoping that somebody does hit me up and tell me what colour his pants really are. So, Because in some scenes, from what I've seen movies and whatnot, they're purple. In some cases, they're blue. So, if you know what I mean, it's a bit unfair on people like me, or... I've got a funny feeling they're blue. So, I'll keep that in mind. If anybody does know, please let me know. And I'll fix the incident, I'll fix the error immediately. The moment I get told. No, you don't go that way yet. Go that way. I'll fix the problem straight away if I get told what the colour is. Now, also, I may be doing another build fairly soon. But this is to help a friend of mine, so... Now that's as far as I'm going to go with that for now. Because what I'm going to do is rotate the engine and work on the beast from here. I've got a funny little story to tell my partner later on. I hope she laughs at it because it sounds. This is going to sound funny because the way I look at it now. But back about probably 6 hours ago, maybe a bit further back than that, that wasn't really funny. I was actually ready to kill somebody because of what was said. So. Okay, now to have the engine go from turtle to proper. That way now we can do this. I've got a funny feeling I'm going to get screamed at by Hulk fans. Don't ask me why. I just got this weird feeling people are going to be going, no, it wasn't that colour for his pants. Well, look, people, if you do know what colour his pants were, tell me. And if you know what colour his eyes were, please tell me. because that could work into the build. So if anyone knows the colour of his eyes and his colour of his pants, please let me know. Because I do want to do this right by certain people, and the people I want to do it right by are the people who are Marvel fans and who like the Hulk. Okay, that's the engine done. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave the engine here for a few seconds. I've also got the exhausts done as well. So, and I've also got the gearbox. Now, what's going to happen there is the gearbox and the exhausts. Well, exhausts obviously you can't touch them, but with the gearbox, you can paint the gearbox up into anything you want: blue, purple, pink, grey, black. You know, whatever you want in the way of its colour. Same with the car, obviously. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the gearbox the way it is. I'm going to take the undercarriage out. Now what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to bring the engine out. But before I do, I want to raise the car up and put the exhaust on, because I do have the exhaust at the ready. Actually, no, by rights, no, I've got an idea. I'll bring the engine down and put the engine in. Because I've got the gearbox and all that ready to roll as soon as the car is ready to go, in the way of having the engine put in. Now, what I might do here at the back is put the clutch plate and all that crap on, and the pressure plate and the flywheel. So let's get that out of the way. Okay, so that's the engine done. Now, what we've got to do is take the engine off of here and take it down to where the car is and stick it in. So we lift the hood up. Drop the engine in, push that out of the way, and there we have it. The engine is in the engine bay. Now, as I said, the car itself is, as you can see, green, and with the engine you've got the blue and the purple. And the reason for the blue and the purple is because, as I said, pants. I don't know what colour his pants are. If someone can find out what his colour his pants are, or if you do know what colour his pants are, please tell me. Now, what I'm going to do is shut the hood, get the cleaning equipment, clean the interior, get that out of the way. Now I'm done that. Now it's time to lift the car up so we can whack the gearbox in. Because don't forget, the flywheel, clutch plate and all that is in. All we've now got to do is put the clutch plate, the gearbox in, and then put the exhaust on, rip the undercarriage out, put the new one in, and then, well, there you go. Now, I do have a bit of a surprise for the wheels for you guys with this car. I've gone a bit new school, but I've also gone old school. And the reason why I say I've gone new school, but I've also gone old school, is the wheels are not new. The wheels are not old school. The rims are aftermarket new school, but the tyres themselves are old school. You'll see what I mean when I say they're old school. I know my baby will like them. Okay. Please work. Oh, okay. Here we go. Ta-da! Okay, there's the undercarriage. Not done yet. I'm not going to put in the anything like that at the rear, or I want to get the rear done first, because now that I've got the gearbox in and also the all that ready to roll, all I do is change the back end, and the moment I've changed the back end, I'll throw the differential in. Then we'll do the front end. Now, there is something that I am going to do to this car, which I will not be able to do on camera. The reason why I'm not going to be able to do it on camera is because of what I've got planned for the car. The car is going to go into a race. You guys will see the race, that I guarantee. But with what I've got planned for the car at the moment, you guys won't be able to see it because it's only going to be a quick job, probably a 5 or 10 minute job, and that's about it. I don't like doing 5 or 10 minute videos unless I have to give information to people about certain games, for example. Car Mechanics Simulator 2021, for example. I've got on order Car Mechanics Simulator 2026, or Garage Simulator, I think it's called. I've got that on order, so I'm waiting on that to show. The moment that's here, I will do a video on that for you guys. And what the... No. No. Whatever. Now, I did say to my partner that there is a possibility if I can get this done in under an hour, which I don't think is going to happen, but if I do get it done in under an hour, I will be doing a second video 15 minutes to 20 minutes after I finish this one. So, fingers crossed on that. Okay, so there's the back end out. Now what I'm going to do is... I hate having to do it this way because basically it scares the living crap out of me sometimes because I think I'm going to lose stuff, so I do it that way to make sure I don't lose anything. Okay, now we're ready for the back end to go in. I think have I got the fuel tank in or not? No, I haven't, so I've got to buy the fuel tank as well. Great. Now I won't fix that yet. The reason being is that I want to try and get a list done here so I can get the back end finished up. I think I've got to get suspension too. I think I'll have to have a look before I do anything. Okay, now I can, now that I've done what I've done in the way of the back end, I can put the differential in if I want, but I'm not going to just yet, so if you know what I mean, that can wait. Okie dokie. That's that. Now, I think I have suspension parts. I've got the front end. No, I don't have. That's a shot in the foot to that plan. I'll get one. I'll get him in a minute. Now, if I check the time on this when it's done in the way of the video, if I've done it inside an hour, I very well, in 20 minutes after the video is finished, I very well could do another video. The reason being is I got another game to my collection. I got it today. Some people may know the game, some people may not know the game. The game is called NASCAR 25. I live in Australia, and yet I am a massive NASCAR fan. I mean, you know, I'm now heading more towards NASCAR than I am, because over here in Australia, we've got V8 supercars, and we've got sprint cars, and we've got, you know, quite a few other racing categories. Now, I myself race in iRacing. Now, the game I got was NASCAR 25, and it's done by iRacing as well. I have spoken to the driver. I have spoken to the team that I drive for. He has got a car in iRacing in NASCAR, so he wants me to drive it. So I got the game. I've downloaded it and all that. I've downloaded it on my PC. It's ready to rock and roll. And the moment he says yes, that's when I'm going to jump behind the wheel and start running on that. Now, the only bad part is I do not want to break any rules in the way of NASCAR iRacing. The reason being is because the one particular rule that iRacing have is no driver, if they have a YouTube channel, unless given permission, no driver in iRacing is allowed to do a video on iRacing unless they do an off-air, unless they do a non-seasoned race. In other words, if they do a race in their own time on the game and it's not online. I mean, you can do online races, providing it's not to do with the season. So that's that. So let's get this done. I'll just tear apart this part first. Now, if I do a race, if I do a video tonight on NASCAR 25, I will probably do Bristol. I'm unsure of that at the moment. Now, many people know about changes in NASCAR. One of the many changes in NASCAR is that now they've got a few road courses in there. There's a driver from Australia. I think he was actually born in New Zealand. The guy's name's Shane Van Gisbergen. He's a former V8 supercar driver, which reminds me, for the people who are Australian and who watch my YouTube videos, I'm sorry to say this, guys, but now that Walkinshaw has done what they've done, which is turn around and go and help Toyota out and get Toyota into the V8 supercars, I'm sorry, but I've lost all interest in V8 supercars. It's just like I did with Formula One when I was a kid. I had a massive interest in Formula One, and like this is from the time I was about 6 years old right through till 18 or 19 years old. I had a huge interest in Formula One, and the thing that actually killed my interest in Formula One actually happened in 1992, I think it was, or 1993. I can't really remember. Could have even been later. If anybody who knows Formula One from the 1990s, they would probably, or from the 1980s through to the 90s into not quite the 2000s, because the driver I'm talking about died. The driver I'm talking about is Ayrton Senna. There is a little documentary done on him on, if you've got Netflix, it's in Netflix, it's in the documentary area. They talk about Ayrton Senna, when he was born, what he started doing when he was in racing, how he started racing, what he was doing when he was doing his racing. Now, I was an Ayrton Senna fan, I will admit. Even though he was Brazilian, I was an Ayrton Senna fan. I did like the way he raced, like I liked his style of racing. He won 3 championships, 3 world championships. What the fuck? But I have that, I'm sure of it. Whatever. He was extremely talented and extremely successful in Formula One. He was in Formula One for about, I think 6 years, maybe a little bit longer, I'm unsure. What the fuck? So he might, I think he was in there for a little, 6 years or maybe 10 years or something like that. Now, the average driver back then would go until, God, what was the average year? I think the average driver now lasts 10 years in the sport. The reason being is because they are so well paid. I mean, Michael Schumacher, for example, he raced with Benetton in the 1990s, and he actually came into it about, I think it was about 2 years or something like that before Ayrton Senna's fatal crash. So, and he got to know Ayrton Senna, so Ayrton Senna would help him out in the way of giving him advice. And I can see that actually happening back then, because if you have a look at Michael Schumacher now, look at how many championships he's won. He's won 7 championships. So I wouldn't be too surprised if I'm right in saying that Ayrton Senna was actually the mentor for Michael Schumacher. but my favourite race driver of all time, believe it or not, is an American, and the driver's name. Now, any Americans who watch my videos will know the driver I'm talking about. Anyone who doesn't know NASCAR, I will tell you who it is. I'll tell you the name, or I'll tell you what, you know. The guy's name is Bill Elliott. Now, he was a NASCAR driver for 20 odd years, maybe 30 years or something like that. Now, I was a fan of his from, if you know what I mean by day dot, I mean day dot. From the time I could watch races, I was watching NASCAR. I turned away from V8 supercars, or they weren't exactly V8 supercars back then, but I turned away from the Australian touring cars. The reason why I turned away from the Australian touring cars is because of what the governing body of the racing here in Australia, Group C, Group A, Group B, what they did. They actually turned around and said to teams that they could bring in turbos and 4-cylinders and 6-cylinder turbos, 4-wheel drives on their cars. Hence the Nissan Skylines and the Ford Sierras and all that. Eventually, in the 1990s, people who were driving the big V8s in that category, because, like as I said, the teams themselves were basically split between the lot. They had some had Nissan, some had Ford. Now the ones that had Ford were either the Ford. People who know Ford here in Australia would know the following vehicle that I'm about to mention: Ford Falcon. They had the EB Ford Falcon and a few other Ford Falcons, and there was some like a racing legend here in Australia. I can't really call him a racing legend because he was a Ford person. Up until they went out of business, I was a Holden person. Yes, there's anybody who's American who knows vehicles and they know Australian vehicles, you guys will know Holden. But anybody who doesn't know Holden, Google it. General Motors Holden. The thing is that what was going on was the people like this driver, Dick Johnson, for example, he turned around and said, oh, yeah, okay, fair enough, I will use that. Now, there was also one driver by the name of John Bowe, who was a driver of a Ford as well. Now, the worst part of it is there was one driver by the name of Larry Perkins. He drove a Nissan Skyline. Now, after the following, everything changed basically. Not quite overnight, but it eventually changed. Larry Perkins actually turned around and called everybody. This is no lies, dead set truth. I'm being honest. He actually turned around and said, "You're all a pack of arseholes," because he said some speech and then turned around and said, "You're all a pack of arseholes." And the reason for that was this: everybody was booing him because he was not driving Holden or Ford. So that's where the basically the unfair advantage to the teams that had Ford and Nissan and the like. They were like, you know, the ones that weren't the V8s, the ones that were the 4-cylinder turbos, like the Ford Sierras and the Nissan GTRs, the Nissan Skylines. The Nissan Skylines and the Ford Sierras all had turbos, all had 4-wheel drive, and they were leaving people for dead. But what they didn't realise is that one of the races that they were doing was believe it or not, 161 laps. Now, every Australian will know that race. For the people who do not live in Australia and don't really know much about Australian motorsport, the race I'm talking about is actually the Bathurst 1000. The Bathurst 1000 is held every October. It's around a track which is 2.661 kilometres long. It's a 1,000 kilometre race. It goes for 161 laps, and you've got to have driver changes in there to make sure your drivers, pretty much are okay for the duration of the race. So you've got, say for example, Peter Brock. For example, there's a racing legend here in Australia named Peter Brock. He died in 2008, I think it was, through a rally accident, and he was really, really well known, and he still is well known because every once in a while you will hear people talk about Peter Brock. There was one particular driver he teamed up with at Bathurst. The driver's name was Larry Perkins. Now, I mentioned Larry Perkins a little bit ago with what he said. No, that was Jimmy Richards. Sorry, that was Jimmy Richards that said that. Sorry about that, guys. The thing is, my point's this: Larry Perkins and Peter Brock, they teamed up for the Bathurst 1000 in the 05 Holden Commodore. Now, I forget what year it was. I think it might have been the VN Commodore they had, so it would have been somewhere in the 80s. They teamed up together in the same car, and why they did that was because they had to have driver changes. The drivers had to take 3 stints each because it goes for 6 hours, so the drivers had to have, I think it was either 2 or 3 stints each. Come in, pit, go out, come in, pit, driver change, go out, come in, pit, go out, come in, pit, driver change, go out. So each driver would get 2 or 3 stints behind the wheel. The last one would probably be driver change, out, or however they would work it. It would depend on how the situation would be at the time. Because, believe it or not, on the odd occasion you get some klutz who decides to go into a wall and go, "Hello people, how are you all?" So, So what I'm going to do now is put these brakes on and keep the wheels off. I've got all parts on the car. Now the only thing I've got to do is get the fuel tank, stick the fuel tank in, get the back suspension built and also the front suspension, put that all in, and then lower the car down and throw these wheels in there. I've also got to put, what the fuck? Oh god. Okay, that's that. Now I think now, as I said, guys, if this is done inside an hour, which I don't think, the next video will be NASCAR 25. I've already done some work on NASCAR 25, so you will not see the car get painted up, but you will see it raced, and you will see the car with its paint job on it. I've also got to buy the bloody fuel tank, damn it. I've also got to get the starter motor. So what starter motor is it, I wonder? Starter motor V8, okay. The moment I bring the car down, I'm going to have to do a hell of a lot of... I've got an idea. I'm not sure whether I've put the... Oh boy. No, it is there. Come on, where are you? That'd be awesome if you could do that. I mean, you can do it to the Porsches because they were built with them. But what I'd love to be able to do is whack a turbo in one of these things. I mean, this thing's got a supercharger in it, so I mean, you know, that's kicking butt as well. But I mean, just imagine if you could whack a turbo on the V8s. That'd be pretty sweet. I'm kind of hoping with the new one coming out shortly, you can actually do other things to it. Like, for example, I'm going to fix this first. Did I get the fuel tank? No, I didn't. What a dumbass. I'll have to get it. Okay, that's pretty much the undercarriage done, really, to be honest. Now, I did tell you guys that I did have something planned for the undercarriage. Well, not the undercarriage as such, but the wheels are going to be different. Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. Now... everything. Yep. Now, you guys, as I said, you guys all know this is the Incredible Hulk car. Interior's in. So let's put the wheels on. Bye-bye old school. Hello. Now before I do drop it down completely. No, the starter motor's not in there. Damn it! I hate this fucking. I hate it. It's bloody twitchy. It's so sensitive. Swear to God. Okay, now to pop the hood and do what we got to do. Now, also, what we've got to do is this. Oh, lovely. Great! I've got to lift the engine out. Yay! Wanting to get the car done too fast. That's the problem. I've only got to lift the engine out so I can put the... Just that side. That's it. That's the only thing I've got to do on in this car and the engine. Lucky I didn't oil it up yet. Damn. Now while that's been said that I've got that done, what I am going to do is put these in while I've got the chance. But there's a slight problem. I don't think I've got the... Ignition was V8. Okay, let's have a look. Do I have them? Yes, I do. Okie dokie. So what I'll do with these is actually, I might actually paint them up. Screw it. I've also got to fix up the suspension as well. I'll do these. Do I do these purple or blue? This purple. I look alright in purple. They look pretty good in blue. I'm actually doing this. No, not white. Thank you. What else is there? Right, okay, fair enough. This I'll do purple. Okay, now to go and fix the engine bay up and then drop the engine in. Okay, so I've got double of everything. Okay. Okay, that's that. Now what I've got to do is put the radiator in. Now the engine is going to go in a couple of seconds, but oh god, I've got two of them as well. I'm not going to put the battery in up until such time as I have actually filled the engine up with oil. So that will be last on the list. Tell you what, it's a good car, I'm telling you. I just hope to God, I just seriously hope to God I get good reviews off people for this car, because I've done a lot of cars before on this, and I've done them in videos and whatnot, quite a few of them. I've had quite a few people comment on some of my cars, some good, some bad. I had one person whinge at me one time when I did the Queen, when I did one of the, I think it was Queen 34 or Queen, it could have even been Queen 33, I'm unsure. They turned around and said the car wasn't all that quick. So I messaged the person back. I said, dude, how can it not be quick? I said, you saw its speed. I said, it hit 400. I said, how can that not be quick? And if I tell you what he said, you laugh. Oh. The reason why he went like that, he told me he didn't watch it race. So I was like, oh well. You're the bone who didn't watch it. Okay, now that that's done, what I'm going to do now is lower the car to the ground and put the suspension on after I get it done. No. and then the car should be finished. Right back at you. And there we have it. Now, all I've got to do is oil it up, throw the battery in it, and it's done. Now, I will run a speed test with this car, but I won't run a speed test with these wheels on it. The reason there is because the speed test with the other 57s that I've had, like for example Queen 33 and Queen 34, and well, not so much, not Queen 34, Queen 33, Becky 33, you know, those types of cars. They're all 57 Chevs, and they actually did pretty damn well. Now, the one that struggled was a 57 Chev as well, and that 57 Chev that struggled was the wedding car. And the reason for that is because it had white wall tyres, and the white wall tyres didn't grip. So what I'm going to do is when I do the test with the Hulk car, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a run with tyres probably from I'll probably take these wheels off and then take Queen 33's wheels off and put her wheels on this one, just for that one test. So that's kind of the situation at the moment. Now, what I've got to do is, seeing that Marvel bases all of their characters in New York, I'm going to whack a New York plate on this. Hey. Nope. So it's going to have to be there, which is going to suck. There. There. Yeah, that's right. Gotta put 2 mirrors on it. Oh, I've got one on already. Okay, so now I've got 2 on there. Okay. Now, as I said, please, guys, let me know what you know, or find if you know any information on the Hulk and you want things done on this car which have got to be changed. Please, for the love of God, let me know. Because, to be honest, I want to be totally, I want to be totally correct and historically correct with this car. So, and I mean, I do that, I want to be like that with every single car that I do, including the following one that I might be doing in a couple of weeks when I do another theme car. The theme car I might be doing is probably, if I get votes for it, is probably going to be an Ironhide vehicle. So, if you want Ironhide done, please comment and let me know. And please, if you know anything about the Hulk, please comment on the Hulk. Let me know what colour his pants are. I do have blue on the car, I do have purple on the car, as you can possibly see. I want to know what colour his eyes are as well, so I can do the colour of his eyes. That will more than likely, if I find out what colour his eyes are, that will more than likely be on the wheels, or it could even be the butterfly. The butterfly, I'm unsure at the moment, but I do seriously want to know any information that anybody knows about Hulk. Please tell me, so I can then put it on this car to make the car historically correct in the way of the Hulk with the way his character. So, now, I'm not going to dyno it tonight because, as I said to you, I'm going to try and get this video done inside an hour so I can get another video done. If I haven't got it done inside an hour, I'm sorry, I won't be doing another video. But fingers crossed that I have got it done inside an hour, guys, because I would love to do another video for you guys. I do like doing videos. Now that I've got this new game I'll play it, and then I will do a video for you guys on the game. I will show you the car. I will show you the cars. I will show whoever knows anything about NASCAR. You will know the game. Anybody who doesn't know NASCAR, you will learn the game. As I said to my partner, and I'm going to say it to you guys, even though I live in Australia, I am a big NASCAR fan, a very big NASCAR fan. I was, or still am, even though he's retired, I am a big Bill Elliott fan. So, yeah, and I now follow his son as well. So, there you go. That's the way it runs. Alrighty, guys. I have also lost, as I said earlier, I have lost interest in the V8 supercars. The reason being is because now, I mean, I know what you're going to say. If anybody does comment with my following statement, go right ahead. I don't mind. Say whatever you want. Okay. Yes, I live in Australia. Whoopee about me living in Australia. What I'm going to say is this. I have lost interest in the V8 supercars, and it's not because of Ford bringing the Mustang in. It's not because of Chevrolet coming in and bringing the Camaro in. It's because of the following. It's because of the Walkinshaw Group turned around, and now not only are they helping Chevrolet, but they've also decided to help Toyota and bring in a Supra. It would be fine if they brought in the same make and model as what is in Toyota, the Toyota that's in NASCAR, which is the Camry. That would be absolutely fine. I'd probably still watch it. I know that sounds crazy, okay, but it's because they're basically going the way of NASCAR. NASCAR's almost going the way of the V8 supercars because they've got a couple of street circuits now. And the only thing that hasn't happened so far is the V8 supercars getting a couple of ovals. Now, that would be funny. But still, the V8 supercars probably wouldn't be all that popular here in Australia if they did throw a few ovals in there. Although that would be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing that happen. But what they don't understand is rolling starts. That's their problem. Rolling starts in NASCAR are a must-have. They have to do them because the tracks are banked, in some cases, at the front straight. So, yeah. there you have it. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to go. This is my final yammer on for the for this car. I will dyno it later on. Please, if you, as I said, you know, I need help. Whatever you can find out about him, or whatever you do know about him, please let me know in comments. But please, most importantly, subscribe to my channel, like the videos, share the videos around to your friends, and most important of all, if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, and smash the notification button so you know when the next time is I do another video. Okay? Please be fair with each other, look after each other, treat your girls like they're queens, guys. I swear to God, they deserve it. Girls, treat us like kings, because we do things for you girls, and you girls, I know you girls do a hell of a lot for us. So, you know, it's 50-50 in the way of relationships, guys. I swear to God, you can't just have it all one-sided. It's got to be 50-50, I'm telling you. Anyhow, guys, I'm going. See you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Smoke out.